It's senior night in Cherokee, Kansas, and the Lancers starting lineup is capped off by a fresh face. Number 31, Trenton Powers, a 5'10 forward who's getting the first varsity start of his career as Southeast plays host to Baxter Springs, a game that the senior won't be forgetting anytime soon.
It was pretty neat. That's the first time in my life that anyone's done that for me. I think it's just pretty neat to have all them fans supporting us tonight and supporting me.
And the support was there, but early on the pressure showed as Powers went 0 for 1 from the floor in the game's opening minutes, but exited the court to a standing ovation, taking his place on the end of the bench to cheer on his team, a role that the senior has become known for in his time with the program.
He lives and dies every possession out there on the court. 1 minute he's happy, the next minute he's yelling at one of the boys for doing something wrong. So he brings all aspects to it as as a fan and as a player. And having him on the bench tonight was just an incredible feeling. And I'm proud to have Trenton as part of my team.
The start would have been enough. A couple minutes of playing time, satisfactory. But what happened in the closing minutes of Thursday's game can only be described as inspirational, as Taylor put Powers back into the game with just under 2 minutes to go, giving him a chance to get on the scoreboard, a sight that was heartwarming for Trenton's parents who watched from the stands.
It was very emotional. I love this school, and I wouldn't want him anywhere else. The kids here have been just wonderful to him. They accept him for who he is, and they just treat him like one of the boys, one of the team. So it's been a pretty neat experience for us to go through.
It's unbelievable. Now the kids have rallied around him. The coach put him in, especially at the start of the game, because anything can happen, but he did great.
And great is exactly the way to describe it, as Powers wasted no time putting his name in the scoring column, laying in a bucket almost as soon as he stepped onto the court, and then with just seconds remaining, Powers connected from close up again, banking in a shot as time expired, closing out the Lancers' victory and giving him 4 points on the night.
As a coach and just as a human being, that was it's one of the most special things I've seen. Just kind of like what I talked about with this school and how these kids rally around each other. They take care of each other, and Trenton's a part of them. And just by the reaction by the crowd, it just shows how much Trenton means to these kids. And it was a special moment, and gotta admit, I was a little teary-eyed.
And he wasn't the only one, as Powers exited the court on the shoulders of his fellow students.